Hi guys, today I'd like to share my review of Yosemite Lakes Thousand Trails in Groveland, California, specifically my experience staying in a getaway cabin. This is my second Thousand Trails Getaway Cabin, and while it wasn't quite as nice a layout as the cabin I stayed in Orlando, I really liked it a lot. At this cabin, I really enjoyed spending most of my time on the deck, and this is where I did most of my cooking. And the nice thing about these cabins is you have two separate picnic areas. You have one below where you can have a nice campfire right next to a mountain stream. Now, I came during the winter months, so it was quite chilly at night to say the least. So the cabin inside, always nice and cozy. There were a couple of small condition issues, no big deal. The bathroom door didn't stay on the track perfectly well. I probably could have got it fixed, but I didn't bother. And then the recliner had a little bit of wear and tear on it. No big deal. Overall, very good condition. I really enjoyed my stay here. Now I want to talk about the campground itself. I mean, you really can't beat the location. It's literally right next to Yosemite National Park. Now, there is a gas station and convenience store right at the entrance, which is almost necessary because the little tourist towns around here are kind of spread out. Now, there weren't any indoor activities being offered during my stay here, but the clubhouse was being renovated at the time. It's a very large clubhouse, so they may offer activities when it is open. So, what's left to do here besides the playground? Well, picnicking and hiking the trails. So, what do I like about Yosemite Lakes? Well, first and foremost, it's right next to Yosemite National Park. The beautiful natural setting here practically looks like an extension of the national park, and the staff is super friendly and helpful here. Now, here are a couple things you should know before planning a trip to Yosemite Lakes. One, careful route planning. Okay, if you're coming from the south, you're going to run into some issues unless you know exactly where you need to go. A lot of the roads are impassable and not even legal for RVs and trucks over 30 feet. This would end up being a 4-hour detour for me, not to mention the expensive gas costs in California. I really feel this sort of thing can be avoided if the main reservation line would take better care to let you know you need to call the campground before you drive there. The staff is more than happy to help you, but you just have to know to call them, and I think that's one of the few complaints I'll ever have about Thousand Trails. And then there's the weather, particularly if you come during the winter months. Now, what you should know is this. If you're checking out the average temperatures for Groveland, California, just know that the campground is always going to be 15 degrees colder. So when I come back to Yosemite Lakes, well, I'm not in a huge hurry. The main reason to come here is to see Yosemite National Park. That said, every Thousand Trails member should come up here at least once. I'm just not in a hurry to do the switchbacks for another 5 years. Folks, if you're a full-time RVer or if you're aspiring to be, I highly recommend checking out my description page and joining Thousand Trails today. It's the most affordable way to live full-time in an RV. Also, if you found this information valuable, please give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, well that's all I got for now. Safe travels, and I'll see you next time.